Okay. So let's hit some bets. We'll also discuss some of the best promos out there. I have a video coming out soon, but there are a ton of promos for NFL Wildcard Weekend, VIP promos, VIP NFL Ironman. You earn $22.50 in free bets by placing some bets. So we'll discuss them, how to use OddsJam. And again, like, of course, if you want to watch that video in full afterwards, you can. And if you have any questions about any of these promos, anything at all, you can reach out to us, contact@oddsjam.com. So anyways, we'll look for some bets. I'll sporadically, when maybe it gets a bit slower, I'll type in or I'll look at some of these promos and I'll explain what I did. So I already have this bet on DraftKings, I'm pretty sure, but the lines keep moving higher and higher in the Mavericks game. I'm not sure if it's a lineup change, but you can see I already have over 109.5 from OddsJam, a plus EV play. Now it's clearly good because the line's now at 110.5, which means an edge of, so if we go to the Mavericks game, an edge of 5.26%. So this is clearly a bet I want to place. So we can go here, and then I want to go to halves. Again, if you're trying to do plus EV betting, you need to know how to move quick. So I'll try to put 500 on it, and DraftKings isn't going to let me bet again. I don't know. I think once I already place a bet on a specific market in a game, they don't allow me to bet it again. They also don't allow me to cash out anymore. Like, some people ask me if I ever cash out. I mean, I can't even cash out on these sports books. But anyways, this is clearly a good bet. So if you want to tail, like, if we just click into this line on OddsJam, again, what's so fascinating about OddsJam is it's all just data. There's no BS. The difference between 110.5 and 111.5, in a first half total is pretty massive, right? So like, we wouldn't want to bet this at, let's say, 111 half, but over 110 half, that line's pretty incredible, right? Pin is ripping higher. It's an arb to the sharpest sportsbook in the world. And looking at FanDuel's line where it's minus 130, like, this is clearly a bet we'd want to be on, and you can add to your bet tracker. And my minus 109.5, like, is obviously incredible because I was looking earlier in the day. So I can't place that bet, but I already have the 109 half, which I gave out on TikTok. So, and I give out some of my plays in real time. So here's another bet. I already have it bet. It looks like it moved a little bit against me, but what we can do is kind of check it out. Like, you can see you can get, if you were looking for a spot to bet the Warriors, like plus 140 seems like a decent price. Circa's a pretty sharp sports book. And right, it's an arb to Circa. It looks pretty good to pin. So like, if you were looking for a spot to bet on the Warriors or you want to tail, I already have them plus 140. It just looks like it moved a little bit against me. So I'll kind of skip over that. I'm going to filter out the global books. So let me filter out that just because I don't care. But obviously, depending on what sports books you use, you can filter around in your settings, all the sports books that you're seeing, as well as the state. If you want to see, the entire betting market as a whole, you can just switch to a state that doesn't have regulated sports betting. And this will show you every single sports book. So OddsJam has Canadians on our product. We have not a lot, but, Europeans, because we do have some books like Ladbrokes and, BWins in Canada, Betfair, whatever. So again, the whole point of OddsJam is just to synchronize this crazy world of sports betting where all these sports books have different odds. So I'll switch back to my state, Arizona, and then we can see if there's anything good. So like, clearly there's an amazing ARB. So what we can try to do is try to hit that. So I'll go here, and then I want to go to Brunson, and what I can do is, what game was this in? One sec, I just have to make sure this is actually going live. Okay. So over 5.5 plus 168, you can see plus 168 looks like the good side. I mean, I feel like I'm moving slow, so I probably won't get to this. But if we go here, if you have WinBet available, what we can do is we can go to player assists, Brunson, over 5.5. And again, it may have moved. These things can move quick, but there are a lot of places you can bet player assists on FanDuel, right? There's this to record 6+ assists. You can see he's already down to plus 136 here, which would still be an ARB to WinBet, but less good. And then if we look under alternate, what we can see is over 5.5. What we're looking at over 5.5. So it looks like it already moved down to plus 128. We've shown this in other live streams, but we'll miss some, we'll hit some. This is a game not for the lazy, like sports betting in general. I mean, right? It's not like you sign up for OddsJam and millions of dollars fall into your bank account or thousands of dollars, right? Like you're essentially competing against other people in essence for good lines. So you have to be able to move quickly and kind of know how to navigate the sports books and also check it frequently. Like we have users on our product who spend an average of 3 hours a day on the product, which is insane. But obviously these are the users who probably are most profitable with the product. So what we can do is we can look around for some plus EV bets. It doesn't seem like there's any particularly fascinating ARBs out there. Looks like there's maybe some player props. If you are interested in betting player props, we can go to the plus EV page. Again, like OddsJam isn't something that you can just check once a day, 10 minutes before NFL games start on Sunday and find these amazing lines on the NFL. Like it is something where this whole sports betting market is just like the stock market. Stocks are ticking around, sportsbook odds are changing, right? And you're looking for good spots to place bets. And therefore, the more frequently you use the product, the more success you're going to have. So let me switch my state back to Arizona here, and then we can go back here. So there were a lot of good lines this morning that I hopped in on. We'll definitely find some good bets that we'll place here in a sec. But like to go over some of the plays I gave out earlier, we have, some promotional bets. We were able to get in on some great lines on the under 6 goals, under 6.5 goals in the Canucks game. So if we go to the Canucks game, when sportsbooks opened odds, total goals started ripping lower. So we picked up these 3 bets. And if you look at the under 6 goals, we got this at plus 108, under 6 goals at plus 108, which you can see, is clearly a value line. Like PIN has it favored and we're getting plus money. So every sportsbook basically, except for FanDuel still, like this still looks not halfway bad if you had to place a bet on FanDuel, but like every sportsbook basically has the under favored. Like we could ARB our plus 108 as we could have earlier. This line hasn't really moved after moving initially off the open. Like you could ARB this plus 108 on the under with the over on WinBet, with the over on DraftKings, with any of these, right? Plus 100, plus 108. So if we go to an ARB calculator, we have plus 108 on the under. We can currently get plus 100 on the over. So for our bet on FanDuel, I was limited, made too much money off these guys to 57.85 is, we could earn a risk-free profit of 232, 1.93%, which may not seem particularly good. But obviously I'm working on a max limited account and that's only one of the unders I have bet. Like all of these were good. The Vancouver Canucks tomorrow, the Caps line for tomorrow. So again, like this is something where these lines are always changing, and to get the most value out of OddsJam, what a lot of users say is they'll just like keep it pulled up at work, right? And you'll just like hit the refresh button. If there's a good bet, you'll go place it. If there's not a good bet, then there's not a good bet out there. So we can look for some plus EV bets. Again, get as many sports books as possible. All these sports books, like if we go to Caesars, it looks like it already logged me out. They offer you a nice sign-up bonus, which a lot of people think is too good to be true, but it's not too good to be true. So on Caesars, you sign up, you bet $1,001, they will give you $1,001 in the form of a free bet. So that's insane value. So we have sign-up links below that take you to the best possible sports betting sign-up bonuses. So get as many as you can in your state, right? This is definitely something, you want to take advantage of. But anyways, let's go back. So I can explain what I did here as well. DraftKings has this promo out, VIP NFL Ironman, opt in and earn $22.50 in free bets. So if you just click into the terms, you bet $5,000 in single NFL pregame bets, and they give you a $500 free bet. So the question is betting $5,000 on the NFL worth a $500 free bet? And the answer is probably, but it depends what you're betting. So if we go to the low holds page on OddsJam, this page, again, just shows you how you can convert your free bets. It's 100% free feature of OddsJam, as is a lot of the product. our odds comparison is currently free. So just browsing sportsbook lines, you want to bet on a team, you want the best possible odds on that specific team. So like if I want to bet on the Bills tomorrow, I should get the best possible odds and look for the best odds on a book, that I have. So, but with a free bet, let's get back to the free bets. So I'm getting a $500 free bet from DraftKings. So if I go to low holds and I do filter by sportsbook, this is a free feature, and you click on DraftKings, then what you'll do is you'll hit the refresh button and you'll wait for this page to load. Then you want to sort by conversion percentage. So if you have a deposit bonus, you want to sort by hold percentage because all you have to do is bet. With a free bet, things work differently. A free bet is different than cash. With a free bet, if your bet loses, you lose nothing. It's a free bet. But if your bet wins, you don't get back your stake. So if I place a $100 free bet on a team that is plus 100 and my team wins, I only get back the $100 of profit. I don't get back the stake of $100 with the free bet. Like if I place $100 in cash on a team, my team wins, I get back $200 total. My $100 stake plus $100 profit. With a free bet, you only get back your profit. So long story short, what the math, you always want your free bets to have long odds, high odds, whatever you want to call it. So what this page shows you is the best free betting opportunities. And it also shows you how you can convert your free bets directly into cash. So if I had an $100 free bet on DraftKings, I could convert that free bet at a rate of 71.43% into cash. So what I'd have to do is put my, let's say, $100 free bet on whatever line it's telling me to on DraftKings, the Shane guy, plus 750 to score a goal. So I put my $100 free bet on the Shane guy, score a goal on DraftKings. Now this calculator shows me, okay, if you place $680 about on minus 950 on him not to score a goal, then you'll earn, regardless of what happens, you will get $71.43 off of your $100 free bet. So you're essentially hedging your free bet on a different sportsbook so you have zero risk. Of course, you don't have to do that. You don't have to hedge. You can also just use this as a page to show you good betting opportunities. Like if you have a free bet and you just want to sweat and you're not, a baby and you don't have to hedge every free bet, this line looks pretty good and this line looks pretty good. Obviously, that's a high number, over 9.5 goals in the Avalanche Coyotes game, but there's value in it at plus 600. So this page just shows you the best free bets, and of course you can hedge your free bets on another sports book if you have these sports books. And then of course if your free bets on BetMGM or whatever, I have BetMGM filtered out because I'm limited, but I can actually add it back in just for the sake of example. I'm not going to place many bets on BetMGM, but we can add back in BetMGM. I can go to the low holds page, and what we can see is, I'll wait for it to load, is if we go to BetMGM Sportsbook and then we do sort by conversion percentage, this will show you the best free betting opportunities on BetMGM, right? So this seems pretty great as well. Like if you had a free bet on BetMGM, this seems like great bang for your buck. Now, if you only have BetMGM and DraftKings, you're in Wyoming or something, you can convert your free bet into cash. So you place the $10 free bet, let's say, on over 8.5 goals in the Panther-Stars game. So you'd place your $10 free bet on that. You would place $27 on minus 380 under 8.5 goals on DraftKings, and you would convert your free bet directly into cash, and you'd get $792. So that's a bit about free bets. What we can do is we can go back to the arbitrage page. So you can see there's, some arbs between BetMGM or whatever out there. Player rebounds, here's one. 1.11% return, Bagley over 7.5 rebounds. So if I go here and then I go to basketball, let's see if I'm going to make this in time. Again, you have to move quick. You have to know how to navigate these sports books. It's not a game for the slow. And what we can do is we can go to the Kings game and we'll just place one ARB for the sake of example. And then we'll switch to plus EV betting. Over 7.5 rebounds. Yep, rebounds, minus 110 odds. So now we want to go to this Bagley guy, over 7.5, minus 110. You try to bet 500. FanDuel's like, no, you made too much money off us. We'll give you 132. So then I'm like, okay. And then I go here. And then I'm like, okay, I bet $132 on FanDuel. And then I have to log back into Caesars. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a sec. I'm going to log back into Caesars. And then hopefully, before the line moves, I'll place the rest of this ARB. and we'll have our risk-free profit. Now I'm back into Caesars, and now I'm going to add this to my stream, and then I'm going to go back here, and then I'm going to go to sports, and then I'm going to find out what team this guy is on. He's in the Kings-Rockets game, apparently. So we'll go back here, and then we'll go to the Kings-Rockets game. And then we'll go to player props, and then we will go to what team is he on? I don't know. But then we can go to rebounds, and his name is Bagley. So we want under 7.5 plus 115. Okay, great. The sports books like bet 117, and you'll earn a risk-free profit of 279. So I'm like, okay. And you can place this, you can round, whatever, right? So I'll place 117. We can go through the math behind this ARB, right? But what you're essentially doing is you're just pinning the bookmakers against each other because they have different odds. This is why sports betting is so fascinating. It's like nothing else. And why it, is what I love is like all these books set prices, but they're not all the same, which gives you the opportunity to find great bets, right? This is all based on the fact that not all sportsbooks have the same odds because sportsbooks want to differentiate themselves, right? DraftKings, they don't want the same odds as FanDuel. They don't want the same odds as Caesars. They are their own unique book. If DraftKings had the same odds as FanDuel, then, you'd only need one sportsbook. Like sportsbooks ultimately want their own set of odds. They want to price things separately because that is a unique draw to their platform, is if they're offering a unique set of odds and unique betting markets as well. So we just placed this ARB. Now I'm 279 richer. So that's cool. So I'll add this to my little live sheet. So this is Bagley, over 7.5, under 7.5 rebounds, ARB, Caesars, FanDuel, and we earned 279 on my max limited FanDuel account. And again, it's just like the sake of example. And if it doesn't seem great, like a lot of people are like, oh, why would you do that for 279? It's like, well, I've been looking for ARBs for like a couple minutes. I'm on a max limited FanDuel account. You could go through and do this hopefully and pretty easily scrape by $20, $30 a day. Like yesterday, I think I literally looked for ARBs for 3 minutes and we just hit 2 and made $15 risk-free. And again, you remember like your goal maybe as a sports bettor is to make $40 a day doing this, which isn't that hard. It shouldn't take that long. And how that adds up over the course of a month to $1,250 is this is something you can do anytime. You can always have OddsJam up on your screen. You can always be hitting the refresh button. Whenever there's a good opportunity, that you want to bet, you can bet it and you'll just continue to see your profits go up and up and up. Again, we say this to all new users, try out OddsJam for a month. If you're not satisfied, we'll give you your money back, but I'm literally can guarantee you that you should be able to make money. Unless you never check the platform, you should be able to recoup the cost of the subscription very easily. So cool. We just hit that ARB. We can see if there's anything else. I'm not going to do anything on BetMGM just because I'm limited, but it looks like there are some okay ARBs with BetMGM as well. So what we can do next is we can look for some plus EV bets and we can talk about those. So this looks pretty good. In fact, right, this would be a great plus EV bet or a great risk-free bet on BetMGM. It's really high odds. You're getting an ARB to pin, the sharpest sportsbook in the world. Insane. Looks like there's really high value on this over 9.5 goals. So if we go to the plus EV page, a lot of people turn their positive EV odds lower, which does make a lot of sense, but you also miss out on amazing bets like this. It's granted, it's a long shot, it's a lottery ticket, but this bet has 27.91% edge as a sports bettor, which is absolutely insane, right? The return of the stock market's 8% a year. You're getting 28% in one bet. Obviously, you wouldn't want to put your whole bankroll on something plus 775, but you can pull up our Kelly calculator, and this will tell you, based on how good the bet is to the zero vig line, once you remove the juice from the sharpest sportsbook in the world, you should put 3.6% of your bankroll on it. So your bankroll is, let's say $1,500, put $50 on this. It's all about having this portfolio of bets, all from the OddsJam plus EV page, that are all mathematically profitable. And even though some bets will win, some bets will lose, you'll have some down days, you'll see that profit stack higher over the long run, right? That's the whole goal. It's kind of like owning an index fund. It's like, why do people buy index funds? It's like some stocks go down, some stocks go up, but over the course of the long run, it's pretty well known that investing in the stock market has made people money, at least historically. But sports betting is even more sure because you're using live market data to inform your betting decisions. So we can go back here. I'll filter out BetMGM again, just because I'm not going to bet much on it because I'm limited. FanDuel, I'll still bet a little. Why not? And we can go back here. So here's another one, right? We have another ARB. So we already made $2 from an ARB. So now we can try to hit this Embiid ARB. We can go here, we can go to basketball, and then I want to get into plus EV betting, but we can go to the 76ers game, and we can go to player points, and then we want this Embiid guy. So what is it? So over 29.5 points. Now what's interesting is that is the same as to score 30 plus points, which you can see right there. And it's also the same as alternate points. So if we go here, and then we go to over 29.5, and I can hit this. How much are they going to give me? They're going to say, nope, you get 125. Why are you not frickin' locating? So I'll reload this. I'll place this bet. So that's cool. And then I want to go to WinBet. And then I want to go to the 76ers game. And then I want to go to player props. And hopefully this doesn't move. And then under 29.5. Oh, cool. They give me a $100 free bet. So I put $125 on FanDuel. This tells me bet 144 on win. I earn a risk-free profit of $6. I'm $6 richer. You're not. So I'll hit this for, let's say, 145. You can round your numbers a bit. We'll go through the math in a sec. But now it logged me out. So let me stop sharing my screen for a sec. I'll log back in, and we'll place this bet. So now I have two ARBs. I'm $10 richer. It's only like we bet what, like 100. We've bet like a few $100s, and I'm $10 richer over the course of a few minutes. Not particularly bad. So you can see my bet placed right here under 29.5 points. Again, I bet the Warriors. So a lot of other open bets from the plus EV page that I gave out on TikTok at OddsJam Alex. Again, if you don't have all the sportsbooks in your state, sign up for them. We literally have links below to everything, to the best sign-up bonus, and we're happy to help you out with the sign-up bonus. Just send us an email, contact@oddsjam.com. We'll send you, we can help you out with these sign-up bonuses and figuring out how to navigate them. Because again, like some of the terms in these promos, like you just read through them and you're like, damn, that's a lot of words. So cool. Now I'm $6 richer from this ARB. So this is Embiid. Over under 20.5, and we can go through the math. So we'll go through the math of this one in a bit, but I'm $6 richer. Thank you, OddsJam. So now we have a $6 ARB Embiid. And essentially, whenever there's an ARB, it's just the plus number is greater than the minus number. So whenever people end up, deciding to leave OddsJam, which of course is, if you're not making money, we don't want you on the product. Like, I don't know how you're not making money, but you shouldn't be on the product. Don't know how, but basically is just when this plus number is greater than this minus number, there is an ARB. These are equal and opposite outcomes. Embiid is either going over 29.5 points or under 29.5 points, right? It's going to be one or the other. One bet is going to win, one bet is going to lose. And because on FanDuel, you only have to bet $100 to win $120 in profit. And on WinBet, you only have to bet $110 to win $100 in profit. You can place bets on both sides and earn a risk-free profit, which is, obviously pretty incredible. So what we can do now, so here's another bet. So here's a great example of a plus EV bet. So hopefully I can get this down. So we have over 218.5. You can see, most sports books have the main line at 220 or 219.5. Lines are moving. You're picking up minus 110 on WinBet, which is an ARB to pin, right? DraftKings has it all the way down at minus 120. It seems pretty good. And what we can actually do is, let me stop sharing my screen for 1 second, and I'll tell you how I'm going to figure out if I want to place this bet. Then I'll share my screen again. We can go back here. We go back here. I can also look at like a betting exchange. So if I go to the Phoenix Suns game and then I go to over under total points, you can see that what were we looking at? Over under 218.5. Someone is willing to sell plus 110 odds. So we have some previous videos. Watch all the OddsJam videos if you're new to sports betting. Honestly, start at the beginning, go through them all. But someone is willing to sell under 218.5 points on the largest betting exchange in the world, which gives me, more confidence that I like this bet. So I can go here, I can go to the Suns game and over 218.5, and then whatever. Like we can throw 250 on it. You can throw whatever amount you want on it. If you think it's good enough, you can bet another 250. I mean, whatever, right? Like, so this bet is good. And again, how did we see it? Like we saw this on the Plus EV page or the R page, whatever. Both tools are very similar. Everything is just based off data. There's no picks, there's no BS, there's no crap, there's no stupid handicappers, there's no square, parlays. It's just math and just data. So here, this helped us realize that, hey, just seeing that show up. So if we go here, this is Suns game. The reason people lower their maximum odds often is just because, there's so many betting opportunities and maybe you want to get clogged up or whatever. So I kind of change them around. So here you can see this bet has 2.85% edge, but I really like it. And we have a lot of confidence in it being good because again, just clicking into the market, it's an ARB to Pinnacle, the sharpest sports book in the world. And also every other book has the mainline market a point or a point and a half higher, right? So this bet I'm pretty happy with, and we'll add it to my sheet. And again, this bet may lose, but mathematically placing bets like this, we will win in the long run. So now I have the Suns, Pacers over 218.5, odds minus 110. Then we have $250, and this bet had 2.85 or something like that percent edge. So we'll go back here. We'll go to the Plus EV page. We can go back to the Suns game. Then we'll hit some player props. And this bet has 2.63% edge, so it just moved a bit against us. But again, looking at this, it's pretty clear it's a good bet. Someone's willing to sell $1,487, right? If we just zoom in, boom. Someone's willing to sell you $1,487 of the under at plus 110 odds, right? This bet is very clearly good. So this is just in decimal odds. It's a betting exchange. But what we can do now is 0263. So we just locked in, $5 and $6.58 in expected profit. So again, the whole point is as a positive EV better, all the OddsJam customers are doing is they're placing a bunch of bets from the Plus EV page. And then you just kind of see the profit stack higher. Some bets will win, some bets will lose, but you're placing bets at advantageous odds, right? And then what people do on the R page is, you don't want to take risks, so you just play the bookmakers against each other. So what we did in this, so what did we have? We had on WynnBET, just very briefly. So on WynnBET, we had Embiid under, let me see. I just hit that, then we can go here. We had Embiid under 29.5 points at minus 110 odds, under 29.5, minus 110. And then on FanDuel, we have his over 29.5 plus 120. So how does this make risk-free money, right? So over 29.5 plus 120, we have $125 bet. So I'll add a column called stake. And this will be 145 on WynnBET, 125 on FanDuel. And then basically there are two outcomes, right? There's only two outcomes. He's either going to go over or he's going to go under. So he has over 29.5 or he has under 29.5, right? So if he goes over 29.5, our bet on WynnBET will lose. So I will lose $145 on WynnBET, right? But my bet on FanDuel will win if he goes over 29.5, which is $120, which is $125 bet at plus 120 odds. So what I can have here is we can add a column right here, which is, WynnBET profit, and then we can have FanDuel profit. I'll increase the sizes of this. So now we have WynnBET profit and FanDuel profit. And again, you got to be quick. You got to check OddsJam frequently. Stay on the site longer. Stay on the site longer. Use it more. So anyways, if he goes over 29.5 or under, $145, we'll lose, right? We will lose $145 on WinBet. But we bet $125 at plus 120 odds on FanDuel. So our profit will be 125 times 1.2, $150. So our net profit, so I can add a column called net profit, will be $5. Maybe $5 isn't sexy to you in a couple of minutes of work. Maybe it is. I don't know. That's for your own determination. Then we have if he goes under 29.5, I will lose my $125 bet on FanDuel. So I'll lose my $125 bet on FanDuel. But on WinBet, I bet $145 on the under at minus 110 odds. So my profit would be 145 times 100 over 110. So my profit would be, this. So my net profit would be, I'm earning 131.82 on WinBet. I'm losing $125 on FanDuel. I just made $682. Whereas in the first case, I'm making $150 on FanDuel. I'm losing $145 on WinBet. My net profit would be $5. Regardless of what happens, I'm richer, right? I'm richer. So that would be an ARB, right? That would be an ARB. And again, it's just like, yeah, I mean, this isn't a significant amount of money, but if you do this multiple times a day, which is very easy, then, you see the gains go up. And again, nobody knows when the best betting opportunities are going to occur on any of these sports books. This is something you have to check frequently. These lines are always moving. So that's kind of it for ARB. I don't love placing arbitrage bets. I do. But I think it's a little more, stressful. Some people prefer it. But essentially, all this page shows you is like good lines to look into. And sometimes you'll go and you'll be like, damn, there's nothing. Sometimes you'll go and you'll be like, wow, there's a ton of opportunities. So it really just depends. So what we can do now is we can also play some plus EV bets. So I already have this bet at plus 200. I showed it in the live stream yesterday. So go through and watch that if you haven't already. And we can look for some good bets here. So what we can do is, there's just so many, but essentially you can just look, right? Like what I try to do is I just go through this plus EV page, player total receptions for net over 5.5. This is a plus EV bet on Caesars. You click into this market, you can see, yeah, it seems like there's some damn clear value on Caesars, right? You're getting plus 130. DraftKings is only giving you plus 100, right? It looks good to DraftKings plus 100 minus 135, and it's an ARB to Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world. So Fournette over 5.5 receptions definitely seems, log me out again, seems like a good bet. So I'll stop sharing for a sec. I'll log in. And I'll place this plus EV bet. So again, what I recommend to people is just like click into the market and just like take a peek around. So if I go to football, right, this bet was very plus EV to Pinnacle, and you're getting insane value to DraftKings as well, who has their market plus 100 minus 135. So if we remove the juice, you should spend a lot of time on this page as well, the zero vig calculator. This just shows you when you put in a market what the sportsbook thinks is the break-even price, right? The way these sportsbooks, DraftKings and such, make money is they charge the vig, they charge the juice. So what you're doing is you're just removing the juice. You're saying, okay, DraftKings is giving me plus 100 on the over, minus 135 on the under. So their point of indifference, the zero vig line, would be plus 115 on the over and minus 115 roughly. If we zoom in here, and roughly minus 115 on the under. And we're getting plus 130 when the fair price is plus 115 on the over 5.5 receptions, which is clearly better, right? Plus 130 is better than plus 115, and plus 115 is the fair price. So, and you can see here's a football ARB. Yeah. And it seems like Josh Allen, that is the good side, right? This plus 130 is the ARB to Pinnacle. It's the ARB to Caesars. I mean, might as well try to place it. This game's tomorrow. So we can go here. We can go to NFL, and then we can go to Patriots, Bills, and then we can go to rushing props, and then we want Josh Allen, and then we want alternate rushing yards. Not even sure where to find this. And It may have already moved, but I'm not particularly sure. Again, you'll check some, they'll have moved, and that's just kind of how it is. Looks like there's an alt rushing yards tab here as well. But so if I look up Allen, like I just try to check a bunch of them and see if I can find it. And if I can't, I can't. So player rushing yards over 45. I mean, you could middle it, I guess, at this point, but it looks like we already missed this one. Over 49.5 plus 130. It may be there somewhere. I'm just not particularly sure. So if we go to rushing props, rush attempts, I'm not positive. So I'm just going to skip over that one. Sometimes you miss them. It's just how it is. So we're 2 for 4 today. I missed this one. I missed the first one. I hit the 2 middle ones, and I made $10 risk-free about from. So this is $6 a profit, and then the other one was $2.79. So, $8.79, not bad. And we got off some good plus EV bets as well. But anyway, so the point of this was just you click into this market, you can dig into it a bit and see, okay, do I want to bet plus 130? And if we go to football, we go to Patriots. No, this is the Bucks game, I mean. So we can go to the Bucks game. You just want to know how to navigate the books quickly so you can get there. And then we go to the Bucks game, and then we go to player props, and then we go to receptions. Receptions. So then I want to go to Bucks, and then I want to go to over 5.5 plus 130. It's still there. This is clearly a great bet, right? It's an ARB to the sharpest sportsbook in the world. It looks great to DraftKings, one of the only other sportsbooks giving you a market on it. This is definitely something that you want action on. So over 5.5 receptions, Fournette, and we threw $100 at plus 130. And our edge as a sports bettor, our profit margin is 13.84%, which is insane. So 1384, which means we're earning roughly 1384 in expected profit. This bet may win, it may lose. It's actually favored to lose, right? It's favored to lose, but there's value in the odds. So that's one of, really the keys to sports betting is realizing you're not going to win every time. If you're betting something at plus 200 odds, you only need to win 33.33% of the time to break even. Like a lot of people will look at people betting NBA underdogs and they're like, why are you betting on this crazy NBA underdog who's plus 500? And it's like, because I believe they should be plus 400 and they're actually 20% to win, not 16% to win, like the market is implying. So that's pretty interesting. So we've hit a few ARBs, a lot of the games. There's not a ton of college basketball today. Sometimes there's more, but here's a great bet. And again, I bet MGM filtered out. I bet Rivers filtered out. I'm limited on both too heavily. Here's a great line, right? Another plus EV bet, Oilers -2. So if we click into this game, you can see plus 170, Pins only giving you plus 147. This seems like a pretty good bet if you wanted to dabble in hockey. I think I already have some hockey bets open today. So I have 2 ARBs on Caesars. What I ended up placing is OddsJam is also very useful, the plus EV page for these promos. So you can see right here, Caesars gives you a 33% NFL parlay boost. So you have 3 legs and they boost the odds on your parlay by 33%. So I placed this parlay at what I believe was plus 889 odds. Caesars improves that by 33%. So just 889 times, whatever, 1.33, that's the odds that they give you on the parlay. So these are extremely profitable, these profit boost tokens. All I did was I went to the OddsJam plus EV page. I picked 3 football bets on Caesars, parlayed them together. All of my legs in my parlay are mathematically profitable, which means that my parlay is mathematically profitable. And then on top of that, I get a 33% profit boost from Caesars. So if you wanted to use this right now, this 33% boost, you can see I already placed mine. But what you could do is you could add in this, right? You could add in this. So here's your first leg. It's amazing. I just bet it outright. It's an incredible bet. It's an incredible line. So you parlay that with that, with one more football one you'd have to find, like this, right? Bryan Edwards, over 22.5 receiving yards, plus 110. Higbee, under 3.5 receptions. And Fournette, over 5.5 receptions. That's an incredible parlay, right? And then it's already profitable. And then on top of that, you get a 33% profit boost from Caesars. So that's how you should be thinking about these profit boost things. Also, we can go through other promos. FanDuel, NFL, same game parlay, bet and get. You bet $200, they give you $100 in site credit. So if I go to Indiana, where I place these promos bets, you can see, you just literally whatever you're betting. If you're betting $200 in same game parlays, you're getting back $100 for free from FanDuel. Is definitely a promo you want to take advantage of. Again, if you don't have these sports books, sign up with the links below. You get a sign-up bonus on top of everything. Like Caesars gives you the $1,001 bet match. FanDuel gives you a risk-free bet, which you can see somewhere. Maybe it's not here because I already used it. I believe it's a $1,000 risk-free bet. Oh, if I hit, view all promos, I can't really click it right now, but it looks like there's this green button below that will extend the promos, but all these sportsbooks have great sign-up bonuses. Then, place a $25 first touchdown score wager. I don't know. There's just so many promos out there we would spend all day to talk about, but there's a video coming out later. This promo is really good. NBA First Basket Fridays. You place $25 on a first basket score, and FanDuel will give you $1 for every 3-pointer in the game. So all I did was I looked for the game with the highest point total, because if that game has the most expected points, then there's probably the most threes expected in that game. And then I picked a first basket score. I just browsed around, sportsbook odds, DraftKings, things like that. And what I ended up going with is this, Alex Len guy. I think I got him plus 1,300. So if we go here, yeah, I got him plus 1,300. And then again, just a bunch of bets from the OddsJam plus TV page. Like I got Caps minus 1.5, plus 225. We can see what are you at now. So if we go to the Capitals game, and again, just kind of like a lot of our users, I just keep OddsJam pulled up. I hit refresh throughout the day, and I find incredible lines. So I got Caps minus 1.5, plus 225. You can see it's an ARB to Caesars. It's an ARB to a bunch of sports books. Insane value. It's now down to plus 190. I only got it because I was using OddsJam. You weren't, right? What else do I have? Rangers minus 138. So if we go now back to OddsJam and we look up the Rangers game. So I got the Rangers minus 138. Now the best price you can get is minus 143. Like you can see minus 138. It's an ARB to BM. Seems pretty good. Seems like there's some value there. I just have my little portfolio of bets. They're all mathematically profitable. And, I'll see the profit go up in the long run. So I have, Cyril Gahn, plus 102 odds. I'm pretty sure this guy's favored now. People ask me, will you place bets like a few weeks out? Heck yeah, I'll place bets a few weeks out. Honestly, he still looks good at minus 118, right? Like pins minus 135, plus 117. Lines have been moving towards this guy since opening. I placed this bet on him a while ago. You can see he's fair, minus 124.66. We're getting minus 118 on FanDuel. The sharpest sportsbook is telling you it should be closer to minus 125. So that may be a line we want to bet a bit more on. I have a lot of money on him. I've just been betting him lower and lower and lower because lines just continue to move towards him. So if we go to MMA, right, it's a positive EV bet. So that may be another bet you want to place. Like, let's see if it shows up on the plus EV page. 2.51% edge. If you want a UFC sweat, here we go. Trying to move quick. 295.15. Sure, I'll take it. Looks pretty good. So now we have Cyril Gahn money line minus 118. This bet has 2.51% edge. We'll have some down days. This guy may or may not win, but over the course of the long run, I will make money, which happens basically, rarely you will have a down week, but 295.15, 295.15. And then that means our edge as a sports bettor or EV is 741. So I'm 741 richer, right? It's not risk-free richer like arbing, where I'm literally $9 richer. This is, I'm richer in expectancy. I'm richer in profit margin, right? So that's pretty cool. So sometimes you just stumble upon good bets. That's what's so crazy about the US is there's just so many damn sports books that, you know, there's just a lot of bets, right? Like there's nothing like the United States and just how many sports books are here. And you can sign up for basically them all. Of course, they have to be in your location, but like if we just go to this game, you can see it's just like, what the heck, right? The sports betting market is so crazy. Like some books are giving you plus 210 tonight on the Pacers. Some books are only giving you plus 196. So again, just click all the links below, sign up for all those sports books. They all have special deposit bonuses. You'll get special offers. We're happy to help you out if you have questions about any of them. And yeah, so we can continue to go through. Now I'm going to switch back to Arizona, but you know, first half money line, Ball State plus 185. We can click on this. You know, seems like lines are moving towards Ball State, but also this doesn't look like Twin Spires still giving you plus 180. So maybe we hold off. Like you can just kind of scroll through, place the bets you want to place bets that align with your opinion, look into the data more. Like you don't have to go through and bet every frickin' bet on this page. It's not possible. There's a lot of good bets always throughout the day. There's a lot of sports books in the US. And all the Plus EV page is doing is it is hunting through DraftKings. I mean, look at all the games, look at all the markets they have, all these alternate frickin' spreads, all these player props, rebounds, quarters, halves. All the Plus EV page is doing is hunting through every frickin' sports book. Ideally in the world is what we want to be, and just trying to show you lines that are at value odds that are profitable. And they may only be 2% profitable. But again, if you're placing mathematically profitable bets, this is why I love sports betting is it's fun, right? Sports betting is supposed to be fun, but you're also profitable, right? The biggest myth about sports betting is that you cannot make money. That is absolutely false, right? Like literally we hit an ARB. I just made $9 risk-free. You can make money sports betting. So go back to the Plus EV page. And, you know, there are a bunch more bets. I could sit here all day and go through them and bet, but I think we'll call it there. So I have a couple Plus EV bets placed. Cyril Gahn money line, over 5.5 receptions for Fournette, over 218.5 in the Suns Pacers game. And then, well, I may place a few more actually. And then I have $9 risk-free from ARBs. So again, sign up for all the sports books in the links below. Use OddsJam more, spend more time on the site. We have an incredible blog, right? We have an incredible blog. You know, we have a lot of sports books depending on, wow. So you can see, I mean, oh my God, like clearly lines are ripping higher in this Mavericks game. So if we go to over 217, it looks like this may have already moved, but did it move? Yeah, it did. It did already move. No, it didn't already move. So lines are ripping lower. Yeah, lines are ripping. No, lines are ripping higher. Over 217 is a great bet. I don't know what I'm saying. So if I log back into DraftKings, I'll stop sharing my screen for a sec. Let's see if I can get this bet down. Log back into DraftKings. This is an insane bet. So I'll share my screen again. And then, wow. Lines are really moving in this game. Lines opened at like 212 in this Mavs game, and now the over 215.5 is good. If we go to the Mavericks game, it already moved. So you can see I was too slow while I was logging in. Some other guy probably got it, but they had the total set at 215.5. Now it's at 218. Like lines just jumped up. And if you were on it and you were checking and you weren't just blabbing away like I was, you could have gotten down an absolutely incredible bet. But unfortunately, I didn't. And again, this just shows you like these opportunities are constantly changing, right? You're not going to hit them all. It took me literally 10 seconds to log into DraftKings and check if the line was available. So you're not going to hit them all, but it doesn't take much time. And when you do find a bet you can hit, there's a lot of value on the other side, right? Like I went 2 for 4 on hitting my ARBs today, mainly because, you know, I wasn't just sitting there talking. I'm like looking around, blabbing, but 2 for 4, $9 richer. I mean, not bad. Maybe it is bad. I don't know. That's for you to decide. But these opportunities are always changing. So be sure to check frequently. And again, pretty like, we have OddsJam has a bunch of different plans. We have our live odds pass at $9 per day. So you get live ARBs, live plus EV betting. It's really profitable if you like live betting, but it's also very stressful because lines move fast. For arbitrage betting, it's, that plan is $99 a month. You can hit ARBs. You really easily should be able to recoup back the cost of your subscription, even on max limited accounts. Like I'm limited everywhere, but you should still be able to recoup the cost of your subscription. And then we have our plus EV plan. And then of course we have the exclusive platinum plan, which is just more books, faster speeds coming soon, text alerts, stuff like that. And again, if you're, taking sports betting seriously, maybe it's for you. If you're not, maybe it's not for you. But faster speeds, more books, more sharp books, things like that. Because again, what you're doing as a sports bettor, so here's another ARB we could hit. I could try to hit it, but so this is interesting. So now first half money line, this Ball State is up to plus 200. So we were thinking of betting DraftKings plus 185. Now TwinSpires just moved all the way up to plus 200. So like, this is just using data, looking at the lines to figure out if you want to place a bet or not, right? Plus 200, it looks good to win bet. They're only giving you plus 175. It's an ARB to pin, the sharpest sports book in the world. So maybe this is a bet we want to place. Definitely seems like there's some value on Ball State plus 200. So I won't place it because I have to log back in, but that really is the power, right, of the OddsJam Platinum plan is you get more books, you get more sharp sports books, which makes you make better bets. It helps you make better bets, more informed bets as a sports bettor. The more books you have, the better. So you'll see every book literally in the world on it. Hopefully soon. We have all the Vegas books. We have a lot of the global books. There's going to be nearly instant refresh speeds, and that will be kind of our exclusive plan and offering at OddsJam. So that hopefully was a helpful intro to OddsJam. Again, click the links in the bio, sign up for all these sports books. They'll have great deposit bonuses, stuff like that. You want more sports books. You need more sports books to be successful as a sports bettor. And thanks so much for your time.